everybody. We are back with another edition of our Thursday Night Supplier Spotlight. We got quite the gym coming at you guys today. We have the team from Bottle Logic. We got Forrest, co-founder, owner, and my man Stephen Langton, general manager of Bottle Logic. Let's give it up. Callie is in the house, and it wasn't easy. My man to the right of me here literally risked life and limb to be here. Defied death.
Oh yeah.
Just to be here tonight. That's why we're doing this thing. So away it goes, man. I guess we have to now.
Yeah.
So let's
we have to go into it.
We're doing right into it.
It's a good place to start.
We're gonna fire it in there right now. So
you gotta fire it in.
Yesterday on the way in to Fort Worth after landing at Love, an 18-wheeler placed itself inside of my car and launched me across the freeway, which is really cool.
The one on 35 South?
I'm sorry?
The one on 35 South or no?
No, it was on. I don't know if he was on E, but he was in Dallas today.
I was from Dallas coming this way on the what?
On 183.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, one of those. It was great. It was awesome. So the important thing is, I got some bruises in my leg, and I'm still here and firing.
Oh yeah.
Here for you guys. Here for you guys.
My man,
Here for my man Sean.
he will never forget this night, ever, ever. That's how dedicated this crew is to coming out tonight. So it's a treat for all of us. So, normally we like to hit kind of the personal story with you guys. I'm going to try to get the most abbreviated because we're going to roll right into, everything Bottle Logic. But we always like to lead off every night and get to know you guys by getting to know the first craft beer that lured you in, and then kind of give you the short story of your career trajectory that brought you to the barrel. As you said on, our podcast, 3 guys, 1 barrel.
I've got kind of a weird entrance into this whole thing because my background is tech. Wes Parker, other co-founder, we built tech companies our whole life. We were getting in trouble as much as having some success. And I guess I'd say we were doing a lot of file sharing, a lot of slightly illegal things.
Did you ever have a middle out situation?
I would go with morally questionable.
Yes. The short of it is we got sued for $100 million by the MTA, which was rough. And so Wes got tired of the tech industry and he's like, fuck this, I'm gonna go start making beer. And so we had a house out in California together. So he starts making beer in the garage and it was bad. It was, he would work on it every single night, making new stuff, taste it. Oh gosh, what is this? But he's got that kind of persistent mindset, and once he sets his mind on something, he doesn't stop. So I stayed in the tech world, invested into Bottle Logic. He moved down to Orange County to start up the brewery, and gosh, it's been almost 11 years now.
Well,
so,
thank God for persistence. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah. So after so many years of getting going, he called me up.
Texas is trying to fucking kill you.
It's on the good leg. We're good. The bad leg's over here. We're good.
Sorry about that.
Oh, it's all good, baby.
So he calls me up because I've not really been into the day-to-day of Bottle Logic. I just kind of get to show up at the events and get free beer shipped to me, and decided to work on launching a new THC brand. So that's what Anomaly is. So I came back in the full time, working with Bottle Logic full time, launching our hemp brand, which, if you guys know what's going on in Texas, it's just right back to Prohibition 2.0 in 6 weeks. So yeah, so that's a little bit about me. So I'm kind of came in from the side, figured my way out.
I like to come in from the back door myself. Side door is cool too.
Every now and then.
We'll do that. Steven, give it to us, man.
All right. Well, grew up in Orange County my entire life. Worked for Disney, Walt Disney Company, and I ran a little place called ESPN Zone in Disney. And I found the craziest craft beer ever, Fat Tire. And I was like, oh man, it doesn't get any more craft than this. So I was all about Fat Tire, Red Trolley from Carl Strauss, all the L. Smith beers. I was like, this is the most craft I've ever seen in my entire life. And as I continued to grow and grow in the industry, opening up some craft beer places, I was like, oh my gosh, there's like Belgian beers and stuff. That's really cool. So I got to know IPAs. They're crazy new things, as you guys know. They're in the market. The Duchess, cranking out Duchess. That nice red tart ale is fire. And so then I went and helped launch Bottle Logic, and just started growing from the inside. I knew my craft beer. Now I'm running a taste room. Now I'm helping in the brewing process. Now I'm helping in the distribution process. So as I grew and became bigger and bigger, I went through the entire generation. You know, you start at the lager, then you go to your IPA, then you go to your sours, then you go to your barrel-aged stouts, and then guess where you end up back? I'm back in the Crispy Boy Lagers right now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's how it's done. You get a beautiful craft lager. I have a Sierra Nevada Pils right here. Like that's what I'm crushing right now. And so I'm really stoked on the entire situation with the craft industry because we continue to evolve and grow and go through our stages and go through tough stages, but also go through the coolest stages ever. And that's the coolest part of being in this industry is that we get to continue to grow that.
I love it. Well, let's jump right in. You said you're part of the, I don't know what you call it, distro introduction team. You know?
I'm part of the all teams. Oh yeah.
Gotta love a good Swiss Army knife. So how did Bottle Logic end up here? I don't know. It's wild. How'd you guys get here?
So when we launched new regions, myself and Wes, the partner that Forrest is talking about, we actually go out to a state probably 6 months before we launch in an area, and we go and talk to every top craft beer bar in the state, and we go talk to them and say, hey, you know what? Number one that we want to talk to, by the way, is the person we're talking to right now. So we go and we talk to the top places and we say, first of all, who's your number one distributor? But most importantly, who's your least important distributor? The one that you don't want to work with. We want to know that. So
I'm glad I was so gentle.
he picked up on the cues pretty quickly. So we come out to the area, we come out and talk to the places, we talk to the whether it's a buyer, a bartender, anything. We want to see the levels of what a distributor does across the board and find out who the top person is. So we'll do that about 6 months before we even launch the market. And we want to find out the most analytical way to find out who's the best fit for us. And once we find that out, we reach out to them, because it turns out that the top 20 accounts in their state have already talked to us and are revved up about it. So when we do bring it up, they tend to bring it up on the other end there. So we really try to take the methodical route of talking to the accounts, getting the accounts revved up, building a relationship with the accounts, and then the next level is once we actually agree to launch with a distributor, that's about 3 months out joint. We'll start talking to other breweries that we know, our friends in the state, and actually talk about doing collabs to launch the market with. Because the best way to launch in a market is with people that you know. So, you know, if you have a collab with Pint House coming out, like, oh, Bottle Logic Pint House, oh my gosh, this is so cool. So that's kind of the move that we've done with every state we've opened up in, of making a really focused growth move to launch in the most important places possible, and then grow from there.
I love it. Go ahead. Forrest.
I was going to say this process requires a lot of drinking.
That's shocking. That's shocking. Yeah, so from my perspective, I was actually working a customer service shift behind the bar, and these two guys plopped down right over here where David and Jaime are, and they're like, "Hey, what's going on, man? We're in for Cal. We're here to drink some good beer." And they're asking good questions, and to his point, they're asking more and more pointed questions. And like, well, I see the shirt, but he's like, yeah, we are. And it was a good afternoon. We're hanging out. They said they were in town to pick up restaurant equipment, I think.
We were, yeah.
And they're like, man, we're out early in the morning. Next thing we're talking shit, and I got Punk on, and he's like, we know these guys, and I'm like, oh shit, like, no effects, huh? He's like, oh yeah, no big deal. And it's like, dude, I'm going to Punk and Drublic tomorrow, and he was like, damn man, I gotta go. And then the next afternoon, he said, dude, we're here, we're coming, we're partying, let's go. I was like, oh my God.
So to add on to that
Yeah,
story,
it's great.
So Steven and Wes, they came out. Wes was like, we got to pick up all this equipment. I'm gonna come over to your house and store all this stuff in your garage because I live over in Dallas. And so they show up for 2 days. We're like touring all the breweries, like partying hard. Leaving my wife and kids at home. Yeah. So then the plan was they were gonna pack up all the stuff and drive back to California. So 60 minutes later, I get a phone call after they left on like Thursday evening.
Oh yeah.
They're like, hey, we only made it to Fort Worth.
We parked in a lot right across the street with our big truck. Yep.
And they're like, hey, this band NoFX is like playing a big show tomorrow, and I'm a huge fan. So I was like, they're like, oh, we might go to dinner with some of the guys from the band. You should come. And I looked at my wife and I was like, I know I've been partying for 2 days straight, like hard, but I have to get in the car and drive to Fort Worth right now. And then tomorrow I have to go to a show with them. So.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that was almost about a year ago.
Oh yeah, just about a year ago. Yeah, we ended up have dinner with Eric Melvin from NoFX, and then went to the show the next day. And they, a good friend of ours, Cameron Collins, he actually puts on the Brouhaha shows. He's the one that made those, and he did the whole backstage experience. And they offered to give him a tattoo for NoFX, and all sorts of cool stuff. So
Come on, Forrest, where is it?
You know, it was a mistake not to get one. It was like we were like in the back where all the artist trailers were, and in the back of one of the trailers, they just had like a tattoo guy. Just get in line. We'll give you free tattoos. And I don't have any tattoos, so I was like, why would I get a tattoo now? But I guess I should have gotten one.
Jesus, man, I
It's-
wish
it's
I'd
a-
known. We got a super fan in the house, dude.
Oh,
he
yeah.
just signed up for that shit in a heartbeat, man.
yeah, man.
And they were doing the O as a Texas shit, so I missed out. Missed out.
Next time.
Next time. I don't know if there is a next time.
Not on that one.
They played their last shows too, so.
Are they gonna do the Stones? Like
Everyone
30,
has their last show.
30 years,
Yeah.
30 years
Yeah.
of final tour.
Yep, absolutely.
Now, man, I bring it up because, you know, it kind of does highlight what this industry is all about and why I think everybody's here in this room. We love it so much for the people. I mean, of course, the juice is important and it's great, you know, but it really does build community, man. I've long been, you know, kind of stuck on that one little history piece, you know, when you read some of these older beer books, you know, whether it's Charlie or Mosier or some of those books, it's like, you know, right around 10,000 years ago, not civilized society, but, you know, communities started to form. And it's right about the time that we know that, you know, we discovered beer. So it's not a coincidence that social lube has allowed us to all come together and, you know, make these relationships. And it was just so much fun to sit here with you a year later. And it's like, dude, we're sitting at my bar and we're hanging out, we're having a great time. And next day we're at a show and then we still text each other like, dude.
Have you seen this? Have you seen that? Like, yeah, oh, for sure.
I love it, man. It's awesome, man. And you know, again, I knew tonight was going to be a great night, and getting to hang out with you guys. You represent such and you know, have created such an incredible brand. Let's dive all the way in, man. I discovered you guys, I want to say 2017-ish. Like maybe I'd heard the name, but I wasn't sure, you know. And then I was at a bottle share one night, and a fundamental lock, you know, plops out on the table. I'm like, oh, okay, what do we got here, you know? And just that first aroma, I was like, okay, all right. So let's jump all the way in, man. You guys do everything. Obviously, the barrel-aged stuff's very coveted, but what an arsenal, you know, what a portfolio of beers. So if you guys could dive in and, you know, talk about Bottle Logic, the brand, you know, and some of the beers in the portfolio.
What has it been, like 1,000?
Oh no, we've done well over 1,000.
1,000 beers, and
1,000.
I guess we're coming up on 11 years, so.
Oh yeah, yeah. We average about 100 beers a year that we do differently every single year. We also have our pours that come out, and you know those are running right now. But people know us for the rotation.
For sure.
So we have stuff that goes in most generations of beers. So you have the Belgian beers that are more classical. You have your dark lagers, you have your light lagers, you have your IPAs, your hazy IPAs, across the board. But everyone knows what brings people off the Bottle Logic is the barrel aged beer. So our barrel aged program has grown and shrunk over the years just based on the industry. So we, at the height of our barrel aged program, we were at about 1,500 barrels, casks of beer, and we are currently in a slight panic mode. Not gonna lie, is that we're down to about 400 casks. So we are trying to fill some casks, get some aging going, and get this rolling because we understand that as we continue to grow in the different areas and different markets of the world, is that there's people that are still craving the barrel aged beer. There's people that are going nuts for it. So we are refilling the coffers and getting those barrel aged beers aging right now in order to have that continue to grow as we build. Oh,
Good. Sorry about that.
anyway, so our number one beer that we started with, the granddaddy of all, is Dark Star November. Dark Star November, we made 12 casks of year one, and that was our entire barrel aged program. So if you came into Bottle Logic Brewing tasting room, you saw 12 casks and went, oh my gosh, that's so cool. It turns out,
Sorry, I'm just making sure.
are we okay?
Good?
Keep
All right,
going,
sorry.
keep going.
Just making
I
sure.
apologize.
No, we're good.
So yeah, Dark Star came out. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. And then we did a partnership with a restaurant. They're called Eureka Burger. They're in California, Arizona, places. And he's like, hey, you know what? I got some really cool barrels, and you wanna use our barrels to do some cool stuff? I was like, oh,
Yeah.
It turns out. And so we brought in these amazing Eagle Rare barrels, Old Fizz, Wellers, and it turned into something called Fundamental Observation. And FO, as everyone calls it now, launched, and that's what really catapulted us into the worldwide view of, oh my God, these guys make some really, really cool beer. So,
Hey, we're good. We're good. We're trying to get some volume for you guys.
all right.
The dedication to that craft, especially for Fundamental. I remember Wes called me up and was like, hey, we're going to Costa Rica to go to vanilla bean farms. Like, you want to go? I'm like, oh yeah. So we flew out there and like toured these farms. We're like eating vanilla beans off the vine, and they're shipping it back to just put ridiculous amounts of this stuff in it. Fundamental. It's insane.
Yeah, we've actually had 16 different countries that we've sourced vanilla beans from for Fundamental Observation. That is our flagship barrel aged stout, and we continue to grow on that of finding the best source possible for any breed of food. And 16 different countries for vanilla beans. Number one is Vanuatu. Just so you know, a little secret right there. So, we care so much about what we produce and what we put out there, what we put our name on, that every single ingredient is sourced specifically for that year. So Vanuatu in 2018 was the best vanilla we've ever had in our entire life. Vanuatu in 2020 was like the third best that we had. So we actually switched to Sri Lanka. So there's different countries that do different things just based on the weather, based on various things. We actually choose the best ingredient every single year and source it every single year specifically for the product. So every year is something different. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Beautiful. Well, obviously, what you guys were talking about, you guys have built a hell of a name. I want to touch on the barrel aged stuff for a minute, specifically because, I remember the first time that Fundamental touched the lips. We weren't quite in this overly milk sugar, syrupy kind of mess that I think a good portion of craft beer is in. Unfortunately, you get barrel aged stouts from, certain places, and they're just a mess. They're a big sugary, soupy mess of nothingness. Well, I mean, not nothingness. There are 40 flavors, and you can taste some of them, but somehow you guys have been able to do a phenomenal job of doing incredible barrel-aged beers. You know, that at 35 bucks a pop for 500 mils, nobody's even remotely balking at. So let's kind of touch on that a little bit. How have you guys been able to create such just an incredible portfolio of amazing barrel-aged beers that are certainly on the sweeter side, especially when you guys are achieving those 13, 14, 15 percent, you know, and posting those on the board. But brother, man, that's, yours are actually enjoyable from first sip all the way to the last sip, and everybody's happy to spend the money on it. So, you guys touch on that for a minute?
So there's two people primarily at Bottle Logic that are in charge of that. There's Wes Parker, who we've been talking about him the entire time, founder of Mastery. He does the very base concept of what the recipe is to build the flavors. So we'll go through the brewing of a project, and it could be our project, it could be a collaboration project. So let's say we're doing something, we have something with Under Half that's actually been brewed right now that is about to go into casks. So we brew something, we have the base there, goes into cask, and we'll go through 6 months, and we'll do our first barrel taste, and we go, okay, we're picking up this stuff. Let's keep going. We get to 9 months. Okay, we pick up this flavor. It's starting to come around towards more fruity. It's coming around towards more chocolate. Whatever it is, we go, okay, we know what we're kind of guiding towards here. And so when we get to that 11 month, 12 month, in regards to our voodoo collabs, 24 months, but those time points where we're like, okay, we want to start pouring these casks. We go, okay, this is where the real collaborative effort comes in with the brewery, or the actual decision making with our brewery happens with Lindsay. So Lindsay is our chief experience officer. She has a better.
If you guys want to fill a second position, you got a room full of people that are like we're in. So.
Oh yeah. But this lady has the best palate in the game, and she picks up on these flavors and goes, okay. I pick up this will complement this. I pick up this won't. Let's scratch this barrel. Let's do these things and make sure that we have the best single item coming out every time. So it's really when you get to that 9 month to 12 month point that you're determining what your flavor is, because you can't go in and brew a barrel-aged beer day one and your malt is going into water and saying, oh, we're going to make this flavor. No. It's after it's all said and done, and you pick this flavor up and go, okay, what are we going to do now to make this the best liquid possible? And that's the point that comes up with Wes and Lindsay, is that if that collaborative effort, as they're tasting stuff, every week, these different barrels hit different mile marks that requires them to, unfortunately, have to taste through 60 casts.
That's terrible.
You know,
It's a hard job.
I don't know who the hell decided to do that.
But yeah, that's kind of how we develop our entire system. Is once that liquid actually hits us, we determine what's going to make it the best thing possible.
Dude, shout out to Lindsay, man. What a job. Man. What a job. I mean, dude, what a hell of a job, man. That's amazing. You got one person that's got such a high academic palate. It's like pushing buttons, man. Making you money.
And she takes that taste and then she moves it into like the marketing side. So she works with our designer, who's absolutely amazing.
I was going to talk about your branding. So
Josh Emmerich, our designer, is the best one.
Yeah, he's been there since day one. And the way that we found him was by going through different breweries and just being like, what label art is good? Like, which ones do we like? So we started finding a pattern of the style that we liked, and then it all led back to Josh. And we were able to kind of bring him on, and he's absolutely amazing. So he works really closely with Lindsay to take those tasting notes and then be like, okay, now how do we turn this into like a product? Like, what is this brand going to be? What is this taste notes? Like, how's this going to play out? And then we put the visuals to it, and I mean, go look at any of our bottles. It's insane the stuff that he's able to do.
I love it, man. I'm glad you touched on the marketing, marketing and branding. But let's focus in on the branding. You know, This one's a weird one, you know, because craft beer is so convoluted in so many ways. You go to a place that has a great retail selection, you're looking all down the aisle, and you know, everybody has different preferences, and you know, certain things can stand out. You know, we've got Manhattan here locally that has very simplistic branding, but in a convoluted, you know, that Missy was telling me that that's why they went with the more simplistic branding, because it actually stands out
when everything else is so annoying.
when there's so, yeah, exactly, when there's so many colors in there. But you guys have fantastic artwork, and it lends so well to the brand. It's weird because the bottle does have a lot going on, but there's something sexy and it's weird. It's a weird dichotomy of like, oh, it's got everything I want on it. You know, it's got an A to B, it's got the flavors, you know, pairs well with it, but the way that it all melts together on the bottle is visually appealing. So, I don't know, man. I just think you guys hit a home run there.
Yeah, he's built such a visual language for like how our label should be. So there's something similar with how they're all laid out. You know, we got the gauges for like the you know it's a Bottle Logic bottle when you look at it.
Oh, 100%.
And then the rest of it is just like a canvas for him to do his hands-on art and bring like the story and life into that.
For sure. I think the best way you said it, they're distinct.
Yeah.
You know, every single time I look at it, I can recognize this logo, whatever color it is on whatever bottle, I know where it is. And I was like, oh, there it is. You know, so kudos on that front. But, dude, what a hell of a brand. And, you know, again, as we kind of go all over the map here, obviously you guys are known for the barrel aged stuff. And thanks for that. It seems to me, that little tidbit, it seems to me.
What is out to get us? He was over here.
We got a little friend here tonight, but it seems to me that actually the term on the barrel aging is one of the biggest factors for you guys. You know, you'll see certain guys in the market where they roll out a barrel aged beer and you're like, you know, aged 4 months on, you know, soaked oak chips. You know, you know what I'm saying? Like, not quite barrel aged, you know. But you guys do such a good job of, like you laid out for us, you know, extended period and letting all those notes and having Lindsay come in and polish them up. But I actually kind of wanted to talk about the rest of the portfolio. Sure. Because you guys do so much. I won't lie, I was kind of shocked. It's like, Fuzzy Logic didn't come this time. I was like, oh my God. What weird world are we living in here? You know, I was ready for it. Happily, but I'm glad to see a lot more of the portfolio out here this time. So we're talking about some of the brews you guys sent out this time.
Sure. Well, I guess first to touch on Fuzzy Logic, it's the biggest blessing and the worst curse is that Fuzzy Logic is our top selling beer in every market we sell to. Our home market, our taste room, sells on everything. So that's a good thing. We're catching up to production. That's why it was not next time. It'll be next time for sure.
No, that's
It's a great curse.
I think every brewery would pray for that curse.
Absolutely.
It's like an NFL team having 2 quarterbacks.
You know, I had 2 all-star Pro Bowl quarterbacks, so I apologize. But no, yeah, with
Get
that,
it while it lasts.
You what?
You gotta get it while it lasts.
Yeah, 100%.
So we have some cool beers that we've been putting out in the markets outside of here. Fuzzy Logic, number 1, HHC IPA. Recursion West Coast IPA. Logic Light Premium Lager, and 714 Blonde. Those are the ones that you can theoretically rely upon all year round and really push it out there. But we have so many other fresh brews that we do. We have Order of Comment. You have it on